Renee Jones, Nay Fit, aka Nay Fit.
It's me.
Well, we're so glad to have you here,
I'm super excited.
interviewing with us with Fit Tips. And we're just going to get right to some questions, and feel free to say whatever you want to say.
Okay.
So, Nay Fit, how did you break into this fitness role? Because it's like you just broke into it and took off. So, what was your motivation behind getting into fitness?
Oh goodness. Okay, so my actual motivation, I went through a breakup, and that's where everything started. Went through this breakup, and I decided, I'm gonna start taking care of myself again. I'm gonna get fit. I'm gonna get sexy. So I started going back to the gym. Been an athlete my whole life, but the years go by. You're a mother, and you're taking care of your family and things like that. Kind of just let yourself go, and I did do that. So I got back in the gym, started working out 7 days a week, and my body changed really quick. And about a month or two in, people started asking me like, "Oh, are you about to compete?" So I was like, "What is compete? Compete what?" I had no idea what they meant by compete. So I had to go figure it out. And I had a friend who was competing in the NPC, and he told me, you should try to do a bikini or figure. I was like, okay, I'll see how that goes. And next thing you know, so I got into it.
That's amazing because women go through so much. And so for you to say, I just went through a breakup and now I'm going to do me, that's really amazing for you. So how do you tell other women, or how do you make them motivated or keep them motivated? Because it's easy to start,
Yes.
but to keep going is
It's
the
harder
key.
part.
So yeah,
Definitely.
it's the hard part. So what do you do to stay motivated, or how would you tell someone else to stay motivated?
For me, I feel like everybody goes or they start their fitness journey for different reasons, and people, not everybody wants to be a competitor. Not everybody wants to, be the fittest person in the world, but everybody has their own reasons. And I tell women that it's time, you have to take time out of your day to be selfish. Mm-hmm. Like we're mothers, we're sisters, we're daughters, we do all these things for our family, we do all these things for our kids, and we forget about ourselves. Take that 1 hour out of your day to go to the gym and work on yourself. Work on your body. It's important. You only have one body. You have to worry about your health. You have to worry about what you eat. You gotta really pay attention to you, and it's not bad to be selfish. Selfish gets a bad stigma, but it's not. It's okay to think about you and take care of yourself. And I think that setting a goal helps people to stay motivated. For me, I decided I wanted to compete, and when I did, I took a picture of somebody who I felt like I would like to achieve their body type, and for me it was Shanika Grant. She's an IFBB figure pro, and when I did my first show, I compared my pictures to hers, and I felt like I did my best, and I felt like I reached my goals.
Yeah.
So from there, continue.
Right.
And I think setting goals helps.
So speaking of setting goals,
Yeah.
you got into competition. 6 months later, you competed.
Yeah.
And although you didn't win, you came very close, coming in fourth. How did you prepare yourself for that mentally?
Oh, wow. So when I got to the competitions, I won my first show and I won my second show. So that made me realize this is something I can do and I could be good at it. I went to nationals and I placed fourth in nationals. Top 2 places go pro. And for me, it was a good experience for me to learn what I needed to work on. I was disappointed at the time, but now I'm happy that I didn't get my pro card because it gave me something to work on. So now I know I need to build up my shoulders, and I know the things that I could do to make myself better and go into the pro circuit on a better level and actually be competitive. So not winning was actually a blessing for me because now right after nationals, I put on more muscle. I got even more dedicated to the sport, and I know a lot more about the sport. So after my next show, I plan to try to qualify for Olympia and go on to the next level.
Yeah.
And like I said, setting goals is everything. So that's my goals.
That's great. That's really great. With you doing that, it's like you actually have these goals set in place, and I guess, how did you reach your goals so quickly? Because starting and then so quickly just reaching those goals. Sometimes it takes people so long to lose weight. So I know it's motivation, but are there any other tips as far as, or is everybody's body just different?
People ask that a lot. It's funny, a fan told me, like, Nay, it's been so long since I met somebody who actually set a goal and actually stuck to it. He's like, I've watched your whole process and your journey, and like you literally did exactly what you said you were going to do, and I haven't seen somebody do that in forever. And for me, it was discipline and consistency. Like, you have to, there's so many times a day I want to eat a cookie, or you see, you know, somebody eating a cheeseburger and you're like, dang, I want that, but you have to be disciplined enough to say, like, that's not what's going to help me reach my goals,
Right.
whatever your goals are. Consistency, like, I go to the gym 7 days a week. Like, my body literally has to shut down on me for me to miss a day at the gym. I don't take any days off.
Yeah.
So you have to make up your mind that that's what you're going to do and actually do it. Like, it's a lot of it's mental. Like, honestly, like, if your mind isn't together at the time, especially going into a competition, then you should give it some time and wait, because a lot of it's mental. A lot of it is how you think about it, and you set that goal, you got to stick to it.
Yeah.
If you're not mentally prepared for it, you're not going to stick to it. You're going to eat that cake.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to win.
Speaking of food, what does NAFID's diet consist of? Because we want to know.
Off season or on season?
Both. So.
On season, well, I eat clean for the most part all year. I have my days sometimes, but eating clean, cooking your food, you know, a certain way, baking it, not trying to eat a lot of fried food, not eating a lot of heavy carbs. Like, it's just trying to eat clean and stay away from, you know.
What's your favorite cheat meal?
My favorite cheat meal? It's definitely going to be a cheeseburger with bacon on it. And I eat turkey bacon on a normal basis to eat clean and everything, but I can say when I have a cheat meal, I have pork.
Yes. It's okay, because I'm sure people want to hear that sometimes. They can have a little bit.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anything in, like, you know, anything in moderation, I think is okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's your fitness motivation?
Latoria Watts.
Latoria Watts.
She's everything. She's the first black figure Olympian, and she really, like, set the bar, and she really opened doors for us. And I'm so motivated by her body, her grace, her style on stage, and I think she's a great role model. I've had the honor to meet her, and she's a beautiful person inside and out, so I feel totally blessed to have the opportunity.
She really is. What's your word of advice to women who want to begin to train or compete? What's the word of advice?
That's a good question. I think that if you don't have a clue what you're doing in the gym, for safety reasons and injuries and stuff like that, I say find a trainer. Find somebody who's professional, who knows what they're doing, and they can guide you along. Now, you don't have to stick with a trainer for the entire time you're training or for the rest of your life, but get the basics down. Learn those basic fundamental moves, the squat, bench press. There's just certain things that are basics in the gym. You need to learn how to do them and learn how to use the equipment, and then go from there. Because there's a lot of stuff you can look up or ask questions, and you can learn how to do it on your own. You don't have to pay somebody for it, but learn the basics first. Then diet. Diet is 80% of the battle. So if you're going to eat bad, you're not going to put on any muscle. If you're going to eat bad, you're not going to lose any fat. So if you aren't going to, you know, do it and stick to the diet, might as well sit down. Forget about it.
So you're definitely muscular fit. What do you say? Because sometimes there's a bad stigma of women who are muscular, but you wear it so well. And it exudes sexiness also. So what do you say to people who look down on that? Because it maybe now it's not as bad, but before it used to be. So what do you say to people that are just like, oh, you're too muscular? Because you're obviously muscular in the right places.
Thank you.
So what do you say to those people?
I've been social media, especially through social media, have comments written on my page like, oh, you're too big, or you're too muscular, you look like a man and stuff like that. And of course that, you know, hurts your feelings and you get bothered by it. But I figured out that those people just don't understand the sport. and there's nothing that you can really say to them. No matter, I've actually went through the stage where I tried to explain myself, like, well, I'm trying to qualify for Olympia, or I've set a goal, and they're like, well, you still look like a man. Some people just don't care. But you have to say, if they're not into fitness, if they're not into working out, they're not going to understand where you're coming from. And, you know, it's not for you to convince everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so I've stopped trying, honestly.
When does Nay feel her sexiest?
In the gym. In the gym and some Nike shorts. Yes. And a sports bra. I'm like, I don't like wearing clothes, so if I could wear this every day, I would.
Yes.
I really would.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking
Thank you so
with
much.
us.
I really appreciate
And we will talk with you later.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate good tips.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks.